You know what actually helps me make all these videos? Coffee. Hi, I'm MK Williams. I'm an author and independent publisher. I love sharing my insights about all things self-publishing with you. Before I get into the details of today's topic, don't forget to hit subscribe. You'll be notified when I put out new videos every week about self-publishing, making a career out of being an author, and now being a mompreneur. So back in July, I did an hour-long authorpreneur business review video on this channel when I just hit record on the actual conversation my husband and I had at mid-year to evaluate how my business was doing, how I could improve and grow, what needed to get changed, etc. In that video, we talked about some of my surprise wins, and I mentioned that Buy Me a Coffee had been a surprise success for me. As you'll see in this video, it's not necessarily a big part of my income for this year, but it's passive and it's growing. And so some of the requests I got out of that video was to make this video on how to set up Buy Me a Coffee, how to do patronage as an author and things like that. And I'm obviously no expert, but y'all asked for it, so I'm doing this video. And hopefully we can all learn together. So last fall, I was super pregnant, and I knew my time that I could dedicate to my business was going to have this huge drop, but I didn't know to what extent. I knew I needed more passive income for my business, and for years, I had been putting off signing up for some kind of patronage option. So for starters, I kept telling myself I didn't have enough of a following to justify it. This is a total myth. I also told myself I didn't have time to create custom content for any patrons, so I couldn't offer anything of value, and therefore I shouldn't set one up. Another myth, okay? So in my pregnant panic, I did a quick survey of the sites that allow people to support creators as patrons. So Patreon is the one most people have heard of. Another one is Ko-fi. So it sounds like coffee, but it's spelled differently. And yet another one is Buy Me a Coffee. So I looked at all three, their fee structure, their setup, and I liked Buy Me a Coffee the best because it was the easiest for me to use, easiest to explain to others, like the name is the action, and I could easily hook it up to my payment system. So I was like, cool, that's a win. I just set it up and I kind of forgot about it. So I've already set up my Buy Me a Coffee account. So what I'll show you today isn't starting it from scratch, but I'll walk you through the process I'm taking to add new options onto my page and show you some of the important items to keep in mind and look out for. Okay, so I'm going to be going over my Buy Me a Coffee site. So here is what it looks like. I've actually recently updated it to have photos, so it actually looks a bit more professional. A few things here. You can see people are leaving notes as they're buying them, which is really nice. So let's just dive into the dashboard. So when you first log in to Buy Me a Coffee and you set it up, you see this dashboard. So I have no problem showing you guys, I don't have a lot of members or supporters yet, but again, I'm just starting. And as I mentioned, I'm not putting a lot of effort into this, right? Like I set it up, I added it to my links, my short links that are in my bio on Twitter and Instagram. It's on my website. Like it's all the places people can find me, but I'm not putting a lot of effort towards it, right? And so I'm okay with these stats right now because I'm not really trying, but hopefully it grows over time. So I'm going to actually just really quickly show you the dashboard, and I'm going to show you this side here. I am going to just not show you where it has where people have purchased, just because it has their email address and I don't want to, violate any of their privacy stuff that they have. So you can see all these items are here on your dashboard and it shows you your quick overview. So after that, I'm going to go down to support. Now support, these are the recent transactions. So again, it's going to show a lot of this personal information. I'm going to cut that out so you can just see this top part here, but it shows my recent supporters, how much I've made in the past 30 days, all time. Again, this is not a lot of money, but you know what? That's a good amount of coffee. Maybe it's going to pay for my new microphone cord that I had to buy. My microphone cord just stopped working. So I'm like, okay, I can get a coffee. I can get a new microphone cord. So it's these little things that just pop up in my business, these unexpected expenses. And if this can cover it, that's great. Also, if it just keeps me in coffee, I'm very happy because I'm a mama and I need some caffeine. So from the supporters, I'm going to click over to settings just so you can see how it's set up. Now you can change your price per coffee. Now, if you're say maybe going to a very bespoke cafe near you every day, maybe your coffees cost about $5. If you're always making them at home, maybe it's about $1. I put it at $3. it was the default. It was nice and in the middle. I buy coffee and then I make it at home. But there are occasions where I do go out and actually enjoy a nice coffee. And I want to, support local bookstores, and they usually serve coffee. So that makes me happy to do that. And you can customize your thank you message. So for a while, I just had like the default, thank you for supporting me. Boom. There's my handle. I have recently added, if you want to keep in touch and hear more about my upcoming projects, please subscribe to my newsletter. And I'm going to do a separate video all about emails, but effectively, just because somebody has bought me a coffee doesn't mean that they've opted into my email list. And there's actually no plugin right now that automatically opts somebody in from here. And I'm glad for that, because I wouldn't want to be flagged for canned spam. So I'm going to tell people, hey, if you want to keep in touch, please, subscribe to my newsletter. You can hear more about what I'm doing. And if at any point I wanted to do donations to charity, I can actually do that from here, which I think is really nice. And I am thinking about some options for that in the future of which charities I'd like to endorse and how that would work. So it is nice you can do that. And if you do change anything in here, you just have to always click Save Changes, okay? So that's really easy, just to see supporters and then your settings, real basic. All right, and then you have memberships. So I'm going to flip back over quickly. So I have my featured extras, but then I have membership. So on anybody's Buy Me a Coffee link, you can see support, which is just individually buying coffees, or you can do a membership. Now for me, I have that set where the benefit to you as a member is you get to be thanked in the acknowledgement section of my next book, right? So I think that's a nice value. Your name is literally in print in my book, and whether somebody stops endorsing me and their membership, like that's in print forever and ever. So I think that's a nice benefit that I offer. Like I said, I'm not doing custom extra content right now. I'm not doing any personalized extras at this time because I just feel like I don't have the bandwidth, but I could add that on later. And I could actually make other membership levels. So let's go back here to the dashboard where I can look at members. So I have 3 members right now. But it shows you your earnings. I haven't had any members sign up recently. But in the past year I have, and that was exciting. See, boop. There's a little bitty blip right there. And so I was able to set a goal over here that shows up on my page. Now I'll go over back to the member section and show you where to do that. So right now I have this one level, right? Everybody's on this one level. I could add another level. So say I do actually want to create custom content. I want to offer more gimmies. I want to do just live videos that would be just for these members. I've thought of all these different things. If there is something where you watch my videos a lot and you think, hey, I would actually like to get like a live group coaching call with you, I would like to have more access one-on-one to you, things like that, that would be part of a membership, like let me know in the comments. And if enough people want that, that's something I can consider adding. I don't want to add something and then nobody wants it except for like one person. And then I'm like, well, I don't have to make this a membership thing. We could just figure that out. So that is something you want, let me know. So I could do multiple levels. I haven't at this point, again, because I just don't know what that next level would be as far as access to me potentially or other benefits. But I could add that here, and this is where I would add that. And then I would be able to go and add that. So I'm just going to click on edit this one so you can see what it looks like. I'm not going to change anything, but here you can see like my membership level name is membership. I should probably change this and make it more like exciting. Again, I think if I add another level of membership, that's where I'll change this to be like something clever or cute. So Maddie Dalrymple from the Indie Author podcast, she has 2 different levels, and her levels are based on like shipping names because that's her logo. Hold on, I'm just going to show you. So this is an example. So Maddie does this really well with her 2 different membership levels. Because you see like it's like a ship logo. So there's like the crew and like a first mate. So she does a really good job with that. Also go and support Maddie if you would like to. So she does a good job with her 2 different membership levels, giving them clever names. I did not do that. So I could be learning from Maddie even on this. And so you can see, you set the price monthly or you can make it an annual membership. So for this, you actually save money when you pay for the full year, right? Because 5 times 12 is 60, not 50. So it kind of gives people a benefit of like, hey, if you just pay for your year membership now, that's going to be a benefit to you. I gave the description. That's all I'm offering right now, but I could add more. And I can add the rewards here as well. Again, I can get more creative with this description. Like I said, I set this up when I was like 8 months pregnant. I knew I had to get something done. And then I forgot about it, and it's kind of on autopilot right now. But again, if you're not putting this on autopilot, you can do a lot more with it. Now, I could limit the number. So say if I wanted to do a membership level where you're getting some kind of like live group coaching with me. And I said, well, I want to keep that small and private. Like maybe my channel does blow up and 100 people want that. I'm like, well, that's not as much of a value if 100 people are on there. Maybe I just want it to be 20 or something. I could do that, which is nice. And then giving that like welcome message to say, hey, thank you for joining. Really allows me to continue writing. So I actually want to invite them to also subscribe. So let me go ahead and do that. Just going to take this same message and make sure it's on there for my members, because I would of course want to still have them subscribe and keep in touch with me, because this does not automatically put them into my subscription. So somebody could be a member here, and unless they are signing up for my newsletter, they aren't going to see updates from me, because again, I'm not doing my blog posts on here. I'm not doing things like that. It isn't incorporated in my process yet. Okay, so I added that in. Sorry, that was really quick. I just pasted that and then I saved. So that was good. So update. I didn't really update anything, but now you can see, and it just took me right back here as I made that update. Okay, so then I can go to settings. So this is master settings for all the membership levels. So I can give away a membership. So say, I'm just getting started and I don't want it to look like I have no supporters. So I could send a link like this to family, friends, to people who are already supporting me. Now I know a lot of YouTube creators, you can do memberships on your YouTube channel, and you can do memberships here. So what I haven't set up memberships on my YouTube channel yet, but if I did, I would probably send this free invite to be give away a membership to people who are already members on YouTube. Or if I had a membership elsewhere, I would just include this with it instead of saying, oh, well, you need to buy all these different memberships to get full access to me. I'd say, oh, well, you already bought one, so you're just included in this one. Again, I have not set up YouTube memberships yet. That's something I'm thinking of doing. But again, I don't know how to add value to that other than just like give me money and then you feel good about it. Like I want to make sure there's some value coming into that. So that's something I'm considering doing. Maybe by the time I air this video, I will have just done it. But that's one thing you can do, which I think is really nice, just to give that away. And also, so it does show how many people support you, how many people are in the membership. So it's nice if you can give away a few memberships just to get started. And then hopefully those people will say, hey, I'm a member, other people should join. So it gives you this good kickstart to it. Okay. All right. So after members, so we've looked at all those levels, we're going to go into extras. Now extras are something that I have also done. And again, I'm going to zoom in on this so that way you're just seeing this dashboard here and not seeing the people below who have actually claimed anything, just because it has their email address on it, has their personal information. But they have a full list that shows you below this information who the people are who have claimed any extras. So again, that's been better for me than the memberships even, which I was a little surprised by. I thought more people would want to have, their name in print forever in my books. And it turns out more people just want a YouTube shout out or an Instagram shout out. So that's fine with me. So after you look at the claims, because you need to make sure you're making good on those, you can go over to my extras. Now, what's nice is that Buy Me a Coffee gives you all these automatic ideas of things that you could do. And that gives me an idea of more things that I could be doing and offering. So currently I have 2, right? There's a thank you and an upcoming YouTube video. There's an Instagram thank you post and shout out. And so it's really just a way for me to quickly, when I am running to Starbucks or to a local cafe and I'm getting that coffee, I'll take a photo, I'll post it. I tag that person in it on Instagram. And that's literally a thank you right there that they're getting, but also my audience is seeing that. Maybe they're trying to grow their audience. They're trying to get some attention for that, or they just want to support me. That's awesome. And it's nice to give them a thank you. And some people ask for the upcoming YouTube video. So there have been cases where somebody has actually claimed that, and I had a video coming out the next day and I went into my video software. I didn't even have my whole setup with the whole bookshelf and everything done. I just quickly was like, hey, thank you so much. Gave them their shout out. They had a book coming out. So that's how they asked to be named. They said, use my author name, mention my book. And that was what they got for that. So that was really awesome to be able to do that. So I'm actually going to be adding a new extra. So that I'm going to show you today starting from scratch. Okay, so this is going to be a book blind date. I've seen people do this where they just kind of say, you know what, I like your book, send me something. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to offer it for $35 just because I have dual shipping. So this says, you know, you're giving me some coffees. You're actually receiving the book from me. So it should be good. So I'm going to go and find an image now through all my files. Okay, so this is going to show me with, you know, my books that I had back in March 2020. I haven't taken more photos yet, but this is a book blind date. So this is, you know, buy me a coffee. Okay, so just kind of this cutesy kind of description of what a book blind date is. I don't know if y'all have seen it before. It's, you know, you get a book and you actually cover it in like that plain brown wrapping paper, and you just kind of put the description on it. And so the reader just is surprised. Or like, I don't know what I'm going to get. Like, I just want to read a good book. I don't know what I'm going to get. So it's exciting. So I'm going to be doing this. So I'm going to say thank you so much. Okay, so I have typed up, you know, my confirmation. Obviously, I'm going to need to know their shipping address. So that's something that I need to have in there. So I'm actually going to include that and say, please confirm your shipping address, just in case people maybe skim over that confirmation message. Okay, yeah, I'll do a special price for members. That sounds nice. So I'm going to make this only $25 for members. So if you're a paying member, you get a discount on this. How many books do I have in inventory? That's what I'm going to limit this by. I'm going to limit this by the number of books I have in inventory. I'm going to say 30. I have 30 books in inventory, a bit more than that, but I'm going to say I'm going to limit this to only 30. So please confirm your shipping address. So I've given them a nice confirmation message. I can't wait to get this to you. Okay. So there you go. So I've set up the title, I've set up the cost, I have my featured image, I have a description, I have a confirmation message. I asked them to confirm their shipping address twice because obviously I can't get things to them if I don't know where to send it. I've limited the total number of books I have in inventory. And my members are going to get a special price on this. So if they decide to buy it, they'll get a little discount, which is another benefit to them. So let me click create. Oh, this is too long. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now that this is done, it shows up right away with the others. I like that it shows a limited number. I also like that it shows a special price for members. And I think when I was first signing this up, they didn't have that. So I'm actually going to go back and change that for my other two, right? That's a benefit to members I didn't realize I could offer before this moment. Again, it shows you how little effort I put into this before. But again, y'all wanted to see how I did this. And we're just learning together. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to update the price for these for members because I think that's something that would be really nice to do. So I'm going to go back to my extras. And I'm going to edit them. Edit. Right. All right. So I'm going to give a special price for members. So this one is currently 25. I'm going to say that is now 15. I'm going to save 10 on that one. Save changes. And for the Instagram shout out, now that one is only $10, so I can't give them $10 off on that one. But I'll give them a couple dollars off on that one. So again, that's another benefit to being a member is you're going to get discounts on these things. Now, for me personally, if somebody was already a member and I saw that they were buying these other things, I'd be like, you're already supporting me. It's okay. But I know some people really do want to go that extra bit. So I do appreciate that. Okay, so we've gone through all these items. Now we're just going to get to general settings. So each of these has their own settings, but then there's a master settings. Now, thankfully, there's no personal information here, so I can actually show you the whole thing. So generally in settings, you can pick between PayPal or Stripe to get money sent to you. My currency is US dollars because I live in the US. I'm going to cover the credit card fee. So anytime there's a credit card transaction anywhere in the world, there's usually a fee associated with it. So instead of making my fans pay that fee where they're like, oh, I'm buying her a couple coffees, that's only $15. And they're like, oh, well, it's 17 something now because of fees. I'm going to cover that fee. You know, this is just extra for me that's coming in. So I don't want them to incur that fee. Like this is just extra gravy on top of what I'm doing. So I can take that. That's fine. It does say you should set a goal. So I did set a goal of $500 monthly coming in from my memberships. Obviously, I'm nowhere near that, but I did think that would be nice to do, because if I did reach that, I would definitely be able to invest more in video editing, video software, find like maybe even getting like a personal assistant or a VA or somebody to help with some of the back end stuff, so I could spend more time actually connecting with my members and part of the Author Your Ambition community and things like that. You want to put in tags. So I put in several, can add up to 5. I have added all 5. Make sure you're using all the tags you can anywhere you actually are online, right? So whether it's YouTube, whether it's Buy Me a Coffee, anywhere online, if they're saying you can use up to 5 tags to describe who you are, what you're doing, so people can find you, do that. Otherwise, that's no bueno. My handle is /1MKWilliams, because that's where I am everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, everything. I don't have Google Analytics set up yet. I should probably do that. That's a good reminder. And then all my content is safe, so I don't have to mark that it's not safe or anything. Okay, so that's your basic settings page. This is where you would disable your account if you wanted to, but I don't want to do that. So we're going to go over to integrations. Now, this is something where if I had these items set up, I could do that. I do have Zapier. If I wanted it to automatically tweet a thank you, I could do that. I think I might be at the limit of my Zaps, so I'd have to look at that. Some of them are working, some of them aren't, so I'll have to go back and check that. But you could do all of those items here. I know several people have Discord, so it could be something interesting too. If it was like a reward for your members, they automatically get added to your Discord or something. That's something you could do as well. And then notifications. So I want to be notified when I get new supporters, new members, people claim things, especially when people claim things, because I need to know that so I can do the action that I've said I'll do, whether it's putting them in a video, shout out, giving them an Instagram shout out, now mailing them a book. I need to be able to know that. So I want that to be notified there. And I don't care if I get 100 of these a day. I want to know about it so I don't miss anything. Now, if I did start to get 100 of these a day, maybe I'd say, you know what, send me a digest. But unlimited is fine for now, and that's where you'd save it. So this is how you manage your Buy Me a Coffee, right? And so I could be doing posts if I wanted to write a post or things like that, or do like a custom video. It looks like the podcasts are coming soon. Things like that, but I'm choosing not to do that right now. And that's something I know is a best practice with having these kind of patronage sites, is to have custom content for your members, right? And that's something I'm consciously not doing. It's something I do want to add as I get some free time back eventually. Being a mom to a 9-month-old now is challenging, and her naps are only getting shorter. So that means less free time to create this, but I'm hoping to put some other systems in place so I have some room to continue to create my own books and my own content for this channel, but also for members in the future. So that's where I could be posting things that are custom for that. And that is the Buy Me a Coffee platform. Okay, so you don't need an elaborate system already in place. You don't need to have thousands of followers on your other channels to get started. Now, surely, as my audience is growing on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram, I can anticipate that more people will support me. So for me, this is a nice extra, so people who appreciate the information I provide and the work I do can endorse me. The income from the stream so far is small. For months, I got no supporters, nothing. And then in March, I got someone who bought an extra, which included a video shout out. Then I got a few coffees here and there, and I was like, oh, this is nice. Like, I'm literally just not doing anything extra to get this. It's just there. It's exciting to see these come in from people after I take a few minutes to answer questions that they DM me, or people who liked a particular video. I'm hoping to keep growing this. So if you think your following is too small and you don't have the energy to create custom content, I say don't worry on it. Yes, that all helps, but just get started. Just put something up, because you can actually start to grow this before you hit some magic number, right? There's no magic number for when you can start this. There's no law that says you have to have X many followers to start this, right? Like, you can start it whenever. So I do have a link below that you can use to set up your Buy Me a Coffee account. So do it today. Start integrating this into your quick links. Make it easy for people to find out how they can support you. It's really easy. And I think you'll be surprised to see who just dives in and sends coffee your way. All right, if you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe. That lets YouTube know that you get value from this information and can get it in front of other authors like us. And now you can get back to writing your book.